In this video, I'm going to share with you the easiest ICT gold trading strategy that has helped many of our members get funded and receive payouts from the prop firm. This is also the exact strategy that I personally use, and it's also helped me get funded with the likes of FTMO, Alpha Capital, and many other prop firms. This strategy is the simplest and most mechanical strategy that I've ever seen, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. Let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. If you don't understand this concept, there's no way that you could ever become profitable within the markets. This red shaded area represents the Asia session. From a New York perspective, that is 7 p.m. until 12 o'clock midnight. Next, we have the blue shaded area, which is the New York session. This is from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. And we only want to be executing during either the New York session or the London session. And that is because that's when the most amount of volatility and volume comes into the markets. So what you're going to see is a range low, followed by a range high, followed by a range low, followed by another range high, etc., etc. And this is nothing more than a ranging market. However, what you'll often find is this high will represent the Asia session high, and this low will represent the Asia session low. And what you need to understand is there's a lot of buy-side liquidity resting above the Asia session high. All this simply means is there's a lot of liquidity in the form of buy stops and also in the form of stop losses. Basically, this is an area where a lot of traders become interested within the market. Vice versa, we have sell side liquidity resting below the Asia session low. This is in the form of sell stops, and this is also in the form of stop losses. Again, this is just simply where a lot of traders become interested in trading this market. Okay, so let's say that we are long bias on this market. We then need to see a run of sell side liquidity. And what this move will be doing right here is enticing traders, thinking that this is a breakout and also stopping out any early buyers because their stop losses will be below the Asian session low. Then once the institutions have grabbed enough orders, that's when you will see the market move in the intended direction. And this move is what we call the distribution in price. So this right here is your accumulation. This often occurs during the Asia session. This move right here is your manipulation. This often takes place during either the London or New York session. And then this is your distribution in price. And it's our job as a trader to take part during this phase in the market. This is basically when the market is trending. And vice versa, if we're sell bias on this market, what we're going to look for is a run of buy side liquidity, often running the Asia session high. This move will entice breakout traders, thinking the market's going to go long and also stopping out any early sellers within the market because their stop losses will be above the Asia session high. Then once the institutions have grabbed enough liquidity, they'll simply move the market in the intended direction. And therefore, what we will have seen is your accumulation. This is your manipulation. And then we can look at taking part in the distribution phase, shorting this market to the downside. Once we've seen everybody getting stopped out and also a lot of buyers getting trapped within the market. Okay, so this right here is gold on the 15-minute time frame. However, everything I've just taught you is absolutely useless unless you understand directional bias. That basically means, are we looking for longs or are we looking for shorts? We can simply identify directional bias in an objective framework by using this indicator right here. It's by Dr. Sweets, and it's the 50, 100, and 200 EMA. Add that to your chart, add that to your favorites. Once it's on your chart, double click the indicator and deselect the top one. This is the 20 EMA, we do not need that. So all that we have is the 50, 100 and 200. The 50 is in green, the 100 is in blue and the 200 is in red. When the 50 is greater than the 100, which is greater than the 200, this indicates that we are long bias on this market. And simply put, that just means the trend is to the upside. So many people ask me this question, and it's what is your session indicator? It's this one right here called Trading Sessions by Sonar Lab. Add that to your chart, add that to your favorites. And as you can see right here, we have the Asian session from 7 p.m. until 12 o'clock midnight. We have the London session between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. And finally, we have the New York session from 8 a.m. until 10 a.m. We only want to execute during the London and New York session, and I personally do not trade the Asian session. but we do mark on the Asian range so that we can identify buy side and sell side liquidity. Okay, perfect. So we can go ahead and mark on the sell side liquidity that's resting below the Asia session low. And so because we're long bias, we need to see price run sell side liquidity, and then we can look for a potential long trade on this market. That's because this move will entice traders thinking that this is a breakout, and it will also stop out any early buyers from the previous sessions because their stop losses will be below here. Once we've seen that, we can look for our entry model in order to get long within the market. You can see that we run sell side liquidity right here below the Asian session low. And note as well, this is during the New York kill zone. It doesn't matter if this manipulation happens slightly before. However, it's super important that your confirmation comes within the session. Okay, so we're currently looking at the 15-minute time frame, and you can see we get a bullish confirm right here. Therefore, we can enter a buy position on the break of this candle high with invalidation just below the liquidity sweep, and we're targeting a 1 to 2 risk to reward. So please note we use a super simple confirmation in a 15-minute bullish candle. We then enter if price breaks the high of the bullish candle. This is super important, and this is where so many traders go wrong. We don't enter on the close, so if and only if price pushes up and triggers us long right here, then we will be taking buy positions. You can see that we're triggered in right here, and then during the after hours of the New York session, this trade does hit take profit for a 1 to 2 risk to reward. Please note as well, when you're triggered in these trades right here, it's literally either stop losses hit or take profit is hit. There's no micromanaging, there's no getting emotional, no closing trades early, no going break even. Once you're triggered long in this trade, after you've seen all of your confluences play out, it's now down to the market to literally do the heavy lifting. A lot of traders would have closed this trade early, probably once they've seen this bearish retrace right here. And you can also see we got quite a nice reaction off this level, which indicates that our take profit was in a very optimal area. Just before any of you guys ask, here is execution of this trade right here. And here is also the analysis that was sent to the exclusive community. I just want to give you a very important tip when it comes to scaling prop firm capital. Let's say that you're in a 6 to 7% drawdown. And let's say the maximum drawdown that you've seen based on historic data is around 7 to 8%. Then what I recommend doing is actually buying another funding challenge. And at the time it seems very counterintuitive. And you're thinking, how am I going to get out of this drawdown? However, when you buy a funding challenge, when you then do come out of this drawdown, not only will your first account be back to break even, your second account will literally be past or very, very close to. And therefore, this is a very effective method in scaling capital, and one that I've personally had a lot of success with, and also one that a lot of my members have as well. So this right here is the easiest ICT gold trading strategy that has allowed me and many of my members to not only get funded, but to become consistently profitable traders. And if you also want to become consistently profitable, then make sure to join my free community. The link is in the description down below. You will also get access to my free course and also my free daily analysis. However, if you do want results faster, then make sure to check out my exclusive community and my one-on-one mentorship. I will be honest, this isn't for the everyday person, and it is only for genuinely serious traders. Thanks for your time as always, and you take care, guys. Bye-bye.